Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Geek Blend. I'm Jeff, and welcome to another Sunday night Star Trek watch party. I am joined again by Open Airlock Policy and Lost Jedi 22, also known as Tim and Greg. Hey, guys, how you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing good. I'm going to get the link set up for the watch party on Amazon, which I still think it's pretty cool they're doing that, by the way. I'm like, that really works out. I just wish it would play to the next episode instead of actually just...
Yeah,
having to restart or relaunch. But
that's one enhancement that we'd like to see for sure.
And I'm sure they'll work on it eventually. I'm sure they will. I wonder if they started this a lot because people are watching The Boys together. I wonder, but yeah.
Well, this would have been a great addition, like right away at the start of lockdown. But
true, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, and we haven't seen dragons.
Hey, Shibwell.
Hey, man. And we haven't seen any performance issues like we kind of were with the others. At least I was. So
yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up now.
It seems to work. It seems to work a little bit better than the previous one.
So
it does.
Something interesting about this one coming up as you're getting this ready. If that's okay, if I talk about that. So
Spoilers.
Remember the end of The Naked Time, the drunk episode, where they did time travel just kind of randomly?
Mm-hmm.
They slung around the sun. So that was just kind of random. Well, it's because this was supposed to be the second part of a 2-part episode where they actually go back in time. So, interesting piece of trivia there.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Because I always thought that was bizarre. Like, why would they just do this 3-minute segment on time travel and then it's over? So, well, that's why, because it was supposed to end and then it starts up and then they're, back in time. So that's what this episode's about. Surprise everyone. They go back to the 1960s when the contemporary time to when the show was filmed, and some stuff happens. So pretty cool.
Yeah. Those familiar with the movies, this sets up the premise for what they do in Star Trek for The Voyage Home.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
Yep.
Interesting.
And they kind of revisit this theme in both TNG and DS9.
The themes. I'm just kidding.
The themes.
The themes. And in the private chat, gentlemen, I have put the link there for the watch party, and I'm going to put in the chat now. If you guys have Amazon Prime, all you got to do is click on it. It opens right up. Really nice feature they're doing. The one that we used before was working okay for me and Greg. I know that you had problems with it, Tim.
Yeah.
We still use it for our watch parties for the Orville, which I'm surprised Hulu hasn't actually, made their own watch party inside their app. Interesting.
I'm guessing they're working on it.
Most likely. Yeah. I hope so. I think it'll work. I mean, it's not like we have issues, but sometimes we do every now and then.
Those of you joining in for the trivia, we'll be doing that between the two episodes.
I like how Greg is like, we're going to do it after we watch another episode, so you forget last week's episode.
A little bit, yeah.
It's a little I like how it's a little difficult. I do like it. I know. I'm waiting for it to happen. I knew it was coming.
Yeah. What was the final score?
It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
I've got it. I've got a screenshot of it here.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Memorializing his victory over.
Well, I need to save it because I knew it wasn't going to happen again.
I'm gonna have to move my mic here. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. Pulling it up right now.
Let's see. It wasn't that far off. It was 17,936 to 17,054.
That was for one. Yeah, that was for just one of them. I think that combined.
No, that was combined.
Oh, okay.
It was just that's the combined 2 episode ones, not the naming one. I didn't count that one. So
okay,
because each question is worth 1,000 points. So you guys scored 17,936 out of a potential 20,000.
Wow,
that's not bad. I mean,
no, not at all.
Especially considering the questions you came up with.
Yeah, and the funny thing is I can do the breakdown after the fact. Tim, you actually were 80% correct to Jeff's 71%. He just scored more points on the correct one than you did.
Tim technically won.
Tim technically got more questions correct,
But you were guessing faster. That was
you scored more points. So that's part of the game, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do like how people were actually tweeting about the Raging Geek Jedi show last night and the trivia game today. That was really cool to see.
Oh yeah, Daniel.
Yeah,
I saw Daniel one for sure. That was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. Yeah, I'm hoping that continues because it looks like a week from tomorrow we're going to start our first official like trivia streams. So yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rhino can't be there on Mondays though. A week from tomorrow.
Week from tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, can't start this week and everything, and that's fine because I really do need like at least a week to prep all the questions for it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And after, because we do another watch party for Star Trek on Tuesday, tomorrow I'm going to have to go through and create the questions based on these 2 episodes that we're watching tonight for Tuesday night show.
And I can create some for Monster Squad, so don't worry about that.
Yes, absolutely. Please
I'll just abstain from playing.
That'd be great if you do that.
Basically, to create the questions, if I can't find episode-specific questions, like online, somebody already made one regarding the Squire of Gothos, for example, I have to basically watch the episode again to come up with ideas for questions that are going to be at least somewhat challenging that you can't guess your way through. I mean, some of it, obviously.
Or just go to the Memory Alpha page for that episode. There's a lot of detailed information on there for every episode.
There is, but you'll see on some of the questions. It requires watching. It would require watching.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Shield Wall. So it's kind of like each question starts off worth 1,000 points, and as soon as the timer starts, the value of the question decreases until the timer expires. So if it's a 30-second question, it'll progressively become less valuable to answer correctly, all the way till it's worth 0. So if you're gonna, and if you guess incorrectly, you get minus 200 points, and you can't change your answer. So once you submit your answer, it's submitted. So you want to answer quickly, but you want to be thorough when you're reading the question because there's some very similar answers I'll throw in there. For example, what was it? I did airport versus what was it on the Star Trek? It was airport versus airplane was an answer. People picked airport because they saw air and that can get you in trouble. You get the minus 200 points.
That was for the 80s trivia last week.
Yeah, for 80s trivia. That's what it was.
Yeah. That was a damn good one too.
Yeah, that was a 50 questioner, so that one took a little while to get through, but it was pretty fun.
Tom
ended up taking that one.
Yeah, after not doing one in the beginning and complaining with this equipment was causing the problems.
Yeah. And so what I'm doing now is kind of learn from the 80s trivia because I ran the 80s trivia and basically the site's automated mode, so it just keeps going without me having to start each question. What I'm doing now is I'll show the question without the answers underneath, read the question, and then start the timer. So you only have to speed read through the answers. You get like a little time to try and process it before it goes through, trying to balance that out a little bit.
Yeah, that works. I think it works well when you do it like that. Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I can, and if we want to get off on a tangent on a particular question or whatever, then it doesn't race to the next question. So
cool.
And tonight's quizzes, there'll be 10 questions for each episode, 10 questions for Squire of Gothos, and then 10 questions for Arena. So it won't be like a super long trivia game, but long enough. You need to have watched the episodes in order to get the answers correct.
Yeah. I like how you started doing that instead, where you read the questions or read the question and then you start the answer. That worked really well. Yeah.
You beat Mara, that's all.
Yeah.
It gets a little competitive. Yeah.
It does.
Everyone was complaining, but honestly, none of those questions for me were really that hard. I mean,
there were some. It depends on how you absorb your media. So, you've seen those movies so many times.
Yeah.
You're going to retain some of that extra stuff versus especially when you've only watched a movie a few times or an episode so many times, you're not absorbing some of all the background detail. You're just kind of absorbed with the main things.
Exactly.
And so if you've read the novels, of course, that helps.
Yeah, some of it was EU stuff too. So
yeah, so you need to read the novels to get some of the EU names because they never actually say the character's name. in the moment. Like I'm pretty sure in the New Hope they never named the character that said, look,
Devin
sir, droids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's from Tales of Mos Eisley Cantina. So unless you've read that, then you're not gonna know. So
nice.
Yeah, so you have to kind of take an educated guess, or have read some of the Wikipedia or something about Stormtrooper characters, or maybe you bought that particular action figure. If you're talking about like Admiral Piat and those, they say those names, but I mean basically just once.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you didn't catch it or you don't remember it,
I know
it's gonna be a tough question. So,
right.
It's got to be a balance. I can't make it like so ridiculous nobody wants to play.
Yeah, I know. Which is good. I think you did a pretty good balance of that yesterday.
Yeah, it was great. Fun.
Rhino definitely needs to beef up on his Star Wars. I mean, everybody does, because I expected him to do really well yesterday, actually.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Concepts and everything, like I said, when you get into character names and distances to the shield generator, that's some pretty deep shit.
It is. That's some deep dives right there. Yeah. That does hurt though. Shield wall that some people don't. Some of the stuff they didn't see, but it's still fun. And you did beat Mara, so there's that.
St. Elmo's is on my list now. That's for sure, because I've been wanting to see it anyway.
Well, I'll tell you, like, if you go into any 80s trivia, like if you go into a contest at a bar or whatever, and you're not up to snuff on your Brat Pack movies, you're not going to do well, because they're like a staple of 80s movies. There's going to be questions about Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the John Hughes stuff. That's not really a Brat Pack one, but 16 Candles, the St. Elmo's Fire, that all those kind of movies, like you need to have seen them or you're gonna suck at 80s trivia. There's always going to be questions about those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks, Shield Wall. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. That's awesome. I like that we're doing something different like that. It's you watch a lot of people's streams during the week and you see a lot of people talk about the same things, and we can still talk about all those things, but it's nice to throw something different in there every now and then and kind of change it up a little bit. Make it unique to what we're doing. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Works really well. Works well. But so we're ready to watch this week's first episode.
I am ready.
All right, everybody in the chat, the link is in there for the watch party. If you guys want to watch with us, we're watching the first episode. If it can pop up here again, tomorrow is yesterday. All righty,
tomorrow is yesterday.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Playing for you guys.
Yep.
Good.
I'm going to full screen here.
Such a bizarre end start for a Star Trek episode.
I was going to say, yeah.
Like if you didn't know you were watching Star Trek, you'd be like,
it does feel very 60s, though,
Oh,
sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Badass.
I love that shot of these, just like the Enterprise cruising through the sky with clouds.
I love it.
And the music.
Yep.
I'm glad to hear that, Shield Wall. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's one of the reasons we like doing that trivia, because it just seemed like you're part of the stream. That's nice.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a unique start to this. Definitely.
We had Dollified in the chat earlier as well.
Yep. Saw Dollified. Yeah, I'm glad he could join us as well. I think he was here last week too for our last Tuesday. It's gonna be fun when we start getting into the motion pictures and getting trivia from those.
Oh, those are gonna have to be longer trivia games though, because man, that can come probably I mean, you're talking about a full length movie.
Yeah, it'd be fun for those though, for sure.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot to draw upon too. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Wherever. Whenever.
I think he like drags her to her seat.
I know. I know.
Get in your seat, Lieutenant. Hmm. Could you imagine if they did this and then they like broke away to like Kronos?
Yeah, no shit, huh?
Kronos is the Klingon homeworld for the uninitiated. Uh-oh.
Interesting. I know, right? Shield wall.
Thanks
Yeah.
permission for the Bluetooth.
Yep. I just love the concept of it.
It's really cool.
Oh, nice. F-104.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think you want the Enterprise to land.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah.
It doesn't exactly have landing.
Mm-mm.
Unless it's JJ verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beam them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Shouldn't he be sitting?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
That'll be the trivia question.
Don't do that.
What's the
to me.
serial number?
I've got it in my head.
I'm gonna be watching it back now. Can you imagine this? Being the pilot?
Well, I could. I'd be like, all right, James Kirk, awesome to meet you. Show me the bridge.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, exactly.
I think it would be the best day of my life.
I love that music.
I like
I
that.
know, me too.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's great. Yeah, it's the skirt had set him off.
It's before they called it Starfleet.
Mm-hmm.
And then they show Spock. That's
I know.
Still a lieutenant commander.
Don't touch anything. Love that.
Oh, Hura's expression there was awesome.
Yeah, it was. Oh, hey, Zachariah.
What's up?
Link in the chat for Prime if you want to join us and watch this with us.
What the hell's with the computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. A little too sexy, yeah.
Something else Babylon 5 borrowed. I never realized that either. Nice.
I had forgot about that joke.
He's got a point there.
Good point.
Oh,
Oh,
Whoops.
that's pretty damn cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem. How do you get back?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, use your technology to start lay the groundwork to become world dictator.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's a total Siri response right there.
What's he going to do? I mean,
Yeah, how's he going to operate the transport?
that's what I'm
Huh?
saying,
Maybe hold the gun to somebody to make him do it? I don't remember.
I don't.
Stay tuned to find out.
I don't remember either.
All the combat involves karate chops to the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who that engineer is, right, Craig?
I didn't catch him. No.
Okay.
Kyle?
Yeah. And the only reason I
Yeah.
remember that is from Mr. Kyle, your agonizer, please.
Yes. That must be where I get it too, because I knew his name. I just shit, that was out of nowhere.
Mr. Spock, no, please.
Mirror's coming up.
Yep.
Oh. Interesting way to find that out.
Yeah.
So this is so archaic. See, it portrayed like a dude being like happy to be a father and like seeming like he's going to be a good father and all that kind of thing. That's very old fashioned.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You can't have that in nowadays. It's toxicity. It's toxic males.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a no-no. No kidding. Shield wall.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Kirk Roddy shield wall.
Kirk Roddy.
Well, I mean, they could never portray him being happy about having a particular gendered child either.
Correct.
Just in general. such a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, how do I use this? Spock's like, we can't send him back, sir, because his great grandson is going to have a gender reveal party in California that will start fires. That's 2020 Star Trek for you. Now this is cool. Infiltrating a base like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is super cool.
They could have put on some other clothes. I mean,
I like how Sulu. I like that Sulu's with him.
he's the historian,
That's right. Yeah.
That's true.
and he was a botanist in early episodes.
Like this is a door handle. They're not used to that anymore.
Mm-mm.
Some of the best Star Trek bloopers are when they're filming and the doors don't open when they're supposed to. They
Yeah.
just boink right into the doors.
Yeah.
It's stupid, but it's fucking hilarious.
I'll have to look some of those up for sure.
Because the actors, they're not supposed to hesitate at all because the doors are just supposed to automatically
Exactly.
open, so they can't like slow down. So they just go boink right straight into the wall.
Yeah. It's amazing how that stuff is ancient even by our standards.
I know, right? Yeah.
Great
Good
shot.
shot. Absolutely great shot. Yeah. Love it. I love their interactions.
They'll think they're commies or something.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Shield wall. Oh shit. Whoops. Oh my god.
See, you can do comedy in Star Trek without resorting to stupid shoutiness and things like that. Subtle
Yes,
humor.
exactly. You could say that. Oh my God.
.5 minutes is more funny than the entire Lower Decks here.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You're not wrong.
I think they could use their tricorders to figure out when people are coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I like this episode, but like there's some things that I was like, you could have like, yeah, why aren't you like in fake uniforms, assumed identities, all that fun stuff? I didn't think about it back then. Must be like the first time the Federation has ever had like a time travel accident, so
Yeah.
they're kind of rookies. They're kind of rookies at it.
It was before they had a temporal investigations department.
Right. Yeah. Just leave them there and overexpose them.
Yeah. Or vaporize them with your phaser.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I love
nice
that.
move.
oh my
God.
crossbody from
The
top rope.
crossbody.
From Shawn Michaels.
Yep. Give him some chin music now.
Yeah, there
Yep.
you go.
Do it. Mm-hmm.
Double axe handle.
Double accent. Oh, yep.
Closed fist.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Oh, dang.
Oh, the full Nelson he had on him there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the swing.
There it is.
Oh, I guarantee Shatner helped choreograph that.
That was just awesome stuff.
Yeah.
I love that. Zulu saved the day. The Spock on this party would be very useful for the nerve pinch. But
Correct. Absolutely.
Like that Riker wouldn't have gotten caught. Yeah, he got caught. He got caught a couple times.
They can't leave him there either.
Correct.
Mm-mm.
Oh, pretty accurate, actually. He kind of did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Jeez. It's actually 300, but who's counting?
Yeah. Hey, Nudist Megatron.
Hey, Nudist Megatron, what's up?
Our favorite Decepticon leader.
Yes.
Galvatron's trash.
Yeah, there's another plot hole. Why didn't Kirk just stun him? He had a phaser.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He's very confident. He thought he could take them all with his double axe handles, and
Yeah, yeah. Very, very confident. Yeah.
His door jam swing. He did that with a tree in that one episode.
yep, Squire of Gothos. Yep, he
Yeah.
kicked the sword out.
What's up,
Yep.
Daniel?
Hey, Daniel, how's it going?
Hey, this is an Australian band. AC/DC.
Yep.
I don't know if those are replicators or not. I don't think they ever said.
They never really. Okay.
They called them food dispensers. So
Okay.
He refers.
Well, thanks for
McCoy
stopping by,
refers to the food as
Glad you're here.
reconstituted food in the previous episode.
Oh, okay. I guess it could be construed that they're really replicators then.
Yes, it is, Daniel. Yes, it is.
And you're out.
Yep. Jim likes to punch. Uh-oh.
Traitor.
Yeah.
Is that the first appearance
of a neck pinch?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think it is.
Not sure.
Fifth. Okay. I thought we'd seen it before.
Mm.
Great shot.
It actually has clouds, so that's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this wasn't in the original.
No.
I didn't think so.
They got this straight out of Star Trek 4.
Yep.
Oh, you mean the effects?
Just the whole concept of
The
the way it looks and
how to frame the shot of it going
Yeah.
on, all that stuff. Minus the weird effects where they're like in clouds and fuzz and everything. That interesting effect that they used in Star Trek 4.
Yeah.
Have breaking thrusters fired.
That was a cool shot.
Sulu, Mr. Sulu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Look at that.
This was not in the original.
Nope.
I like that
Dream of
remaster.
doing
Though.
that
Looks
shot.
good.
They went right through that prominence.
Mm-hmm.
Looks good though.
I guess they didn't need transphasic shields in the 23rd century.
Nope.
He'll never forget that. Especially that the view he got in outer space for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. This has been a really cool episode.
Doesn't make logical sense, but whatever. They kind of just switched spot, yeah. Yeah, but so where's the other guy? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but we'll talk about it after it's over really quick.
Okay.
Why would they forget anything?
Well, there's that too. I'm just talking about temporal mechanics in general.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, because Back to the Future did a great job. Well, I'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, Daniel. Greg did a really great job on that quiz. Really great job.
I loved it.
Me too.
I like hard questions.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I'll be watching the Star Wars movies a lot closely when I watch them again. Getting Get ready for the prequel one, Daniel.
Mm-hmm. I think it might just do one just like each prequel movie on its own.
Nice.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
Heck yeah.
That way you can stretch it out over a month or so.
Yeah, you did, Daniel. You beat Rhino. Oh, there we go.
I don't remember that.
I don't either, but it's funny.
Yeah, what Babylon 5 did, they had to reload the computer and it had an attitude, and it was actually Harlan Ellison's voice that they used.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, he was a consulting producer on the show, so and he's an asshole in real life, so it actually worked out.
Yeah, Megatron
was
and
a
Daniel
real
got
asshole. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, Back to the Future did a really good job of like easily explaining to the layman like temporal mechanics, where you go back in time and you change something, you basically create an alternate timeline. You're not in the same timeline. So what they did here, that's what they did, right? So you can't just go back again and fix it. It's like it just wouldn't work that way. And I don't know if they knew that in the 60s or not. I don't know if that was even a theory then, but that's like the main problem with it. But it's science fiction, so. But
Yeah,
beaming someone into a space that's already existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little bizarre, and then I don't understand why they would forget.
Yeah.
Like they didn't do a very good job of explaining that. So there's some parts of it like they did a better job of explaining it in Star Trek 4.
Yeah. I think it was more about just the quandary of what's the right thing to do, and
Yeah. Can't deprive this guy of his life over the mistake. That's not fair to him, and would alter the future in a negative way. Get into butterfly effects and everything. I mean, anytime you deal with time travel in this medium, it's a headache. You start thinking about it. It's like, well, wait a minute. If they did this, it has to create a separate timeline. Otherwise, you have this time paradox. Or like, all right, you changed the future, or you fixed it, so then you would never go back in the first place, which means you never went back to fix it. Like, you just keep going in that weird circle.
Yeah. So what do you think, Jeff?
I really liked that episode quite a bit, actually. I really did.
Yeah, they definitely.
It was way funnier than I thought. I remembered it.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely kind of do something similar on TNG and DS9. That's all I'm going to say. So pretty cool.
Yeah, that was I really enjoyed that episode quite a bit, actually. Yeah, really, really did. Yeah.
Those friggin' tauntauns. And sorry.
I love how it opened up, though. You're like, okay, this is different for the Star Trek episode I've watched so far. Yeah, I know.
When
and
I first aired, people tuning in, they'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, why are we? What's going on here? Is this another aircraft show? Like a
Step into his office.
And Shield Wall with Amazon Prime, you have to basically set up a watch party for each episode. So when we get after the quiz, I'll drop a link for the next episode as well.
Yeah, we need to give them feedback on that.
Absolutely.
Say we have these Star Trek watch parties, and you guys are kind of throwing a wrench in them. So
yeah, you're really fucking it up. So could you not do that, please?
Yes,
I pay you guys $50 a month or whatever it is. How much is Prime? I don't even know. I just pay for it.
It's like 115 or 120 a year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I pay you 120 a year.
What'd you say, Greg?
It's less than $10 a month. So yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. I remember when Amazon Prime used to be like, what, $99 for a year? Remember that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then they raised the price.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling they're going to raise it again because I mean,
I freaking hope not, man. Like, stop doing that. Stop it.
well, their costs are going up as people use it more. There's
I know.
shipping
Stop.
charges, so
It's time to stop.
It is.
Yeah, I remember for one of the first years we got it. There was an Amazon Prime show. It was a transitioning show, like some weird one of their original series. Like Transparent was what it was called. And they won so many. I think they won 7 Emmys. So they had a special for $77 for the year. So we're like, oh, we'll go and get it. And then after that, we're like, well, we can't not have it anymore. So we'll just keep paying for it. So we've had it ever since. Because out of all of them, I mean, Amazon Prime is adding. Not only do you get this free shipping, which we use a lot, but you get a lot of free books with their book service. You get a lot of free. Well, you get Amazon Music, which is close to the same library as iTunes, but not as much, but it's close.
Right.
Works really well. A lot of curated like playlists and radio stations, and then
does it have its own app?
Prime Video.
Not to cut you off.
Yeah, Prime Music has its own app. Yes,
Okay.
Prime Video, Prime Music, Prime Books, they all have their own app. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise, if they did one app, it'd be pretty damn bloated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. With all the competing streaming services, I would think it would go down. Yeah, you would think so, but I mean, everybody seems to.
But it's not just the streaming service you're getting the delivery. Like most people are Amazon Prime, not for Prime Video or Prime Music. The predominant customer for Amazon is taking advantage of the free shipping component, not anything else. And the Prime Video is just kind of a bonus. Like without Prime Video, I would still be an Amazon Prime member, probably.
Oh, absolutely. We were before we even really realized we had Prime Video.
Mm-hmm. And the general rule is the correct price is 1 cent less than what people would not buy it for.
Yeah.
So if people, if Amazon raised the price to $150 a year and people paid it, then that's the correct price. I mean, if you're running a business and everything, what your customers are willing to pay for what the service you're offering or the goods you're offering, that's the correct price.
Yeah.
So like from the consumer perspective, it'd be like, hey, it'd be great if it was $1, but I mean, that's not realistic.
Exactly.
If I'm willing to pay $150 for it and they're not charging me $150, they're undercharging.
Greg, you mean to tell me that when Lennon told us that something's value is worth the labor that was put into it, he was wrong? Are you telling me that?
I'm telling you that is 100% fucking wrong.
Tommy scum.
That's not how it works at all. And
that is not.
I think we've had enough history to kind of.
Yeah,
I think this would be a settled debate. Like, the only thing we ever get is like, oh, it wasn't true communism. It wasn't true socialism. Yeah. Like this time it'll be better. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like those systems still have control structures. There's still corruption. There's still, there's still, aristocracies. There's still, ruling elites. It has all the negative connotations of the capitalist system without the consumer freedom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At least as it's been implemented.
Yeah.
Or his time. I'll wait for his comment to pop up here on StreamYard. But yeah, he said, I just want to pay for a quality product that's not rip off. And I agree. Yeah. Right. You wouldn't believe how many people I talk to that have Amazon Prime that, they know a little bit about Amazon Video, but don't realize how big the library is, or don't realize they have Amazon Music, which is a massive, massive selection of music to just listen to whenever you want. I mean,
people will bitch about if they raise the prices, but then they'll pay it.
So that's true.
I mean, I highly doubt they lost any Prime members by raising it from the $99 to the $109 or whatever the yearly price is.
Oh, do you guys want to see something cool I found? Maybe to make your Christmas a little bit brighter this year.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. How about a nice tree topper for your tree?
I wish I could put that on my tree.
Right.
I'd probably get my butt kicked though. So
yeah, I've been trying to get a Death Star tree topper forever, and she's like, no. Like, come on. So I'll try this one this year.
That looks good. How big is it? Sorry, Craig.
I haven't had a Christmas tree since I moved out of my parents' house, so it's been like 30 years or almost.
Greg is just another foot soldier in the war on Christmas.
I have 6.5 wide.
I was a foot soldier in the war on Christmas. I've battled through 15 plus years working, large scale retail. So
yes, you did.
Christmas is the fucking devil.
Mm-hmm.
And you they're suggesting in a cardboard cutout life-size standee. Nice.
That's kind of creepy, but okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. The Spock one would be the creepiest though.
So how big is this thing? Is it a foot?
It is. The height on it is almost 10 inches. So it's almost 10 inches.
So it's probably about 10 inches long then.
Giggity. The dimensions, it's the diameter is 15 and the width is 6.
Wow.
6.5. Yeah, it's pretty damn big.
I might get that and just put it on my desk. I mean,
no kidding.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
That's really great.
I've been looking for a nice. It's 139 right now.
Oh, never mind. I'll find a model for that much.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I've been looking for a decent enterprise collectible for the last week or so. So I think Hobby Lobby has a good model kit though.
They always do.
It's pretty decent size, so I might just do that. Yeah,
it's usually snapped together,
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It looks. I mean, I could put it right here, and but not for $140.
Really cool there's a bunch of really cool enterprise collectibles out there you can put on your desk for sure. Of course, you have to make sure you're getting the right enterprise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't buy the JJ or the Kurtzman version.
Correct.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Movie or original, nothing else.
Yes.
They even have a Pike version. So,
you can get TNG versions as well.
Yeah.
I'd even accept it would be nice to actually have like a collection at desk where you have like the NX version from Enterprise, then you have the TOS version, TOS movies, then TNG movie, and but then also include like the B and C models from the episodes that those were in.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Movie and episode,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, movie and episode. So yeah, mm-hmm. Enterprise C was in what
Generations.
Yesterday's Enterprise.
Oh yeah. B was in Generations. Yeah.
Yeah, B was in Generations. Yeah.
It was just an Excelsior class.
Yeah, it was an Excelsior class, but still, it was called the Enterprise.
Yeah. Then they have that weird looking one from the first movie, like that model.
Oh.
No, like a satellite looking thing that was supposed to be from like our century now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then you can include the carrier then, because the carrier was in the movie.
Yeah.
Star Trek 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sir, it's the Enterprise.
There's been 2 carriers with that, maybe 3 with that name. So
you could have the Shuttle Enterprise. You could have
Yeah. You guys ready for trivia?
Yeah, I'm ready for some trivia. Yeah.
Chat people.
Chat, the link is down there. This is from last week, one of last week's episodes. Well, Tuesday's episode. It's the Squire of Gothos.
Squire of Gothos trivia.
Nice. Alrighty.
Share the screen.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I knew I was forgetting something.
He's in trivia mode. He's ready to answer already.
I am. I'm definitely in trivia mode. Yeah. I like how it looks too when you share a screen, how it's kind of set up like that. Yeah, it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. Alrighty.
So what's this code?
The code is if you just go to crowd.live and you enter the code, that gets you to the specific.
If he doesn't have the link down there, because if you look at his link, it has the code. it's crowd.live/ and then the code. So
Okay.
All right, new Megatron is declaring that he's throwing the game already before the first question.
Okay.
He's pulling
nice.
he's pulling a rhino.
Yes. Yeah. He is. All righty. Is everybody ready? I think we're going to start.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
All right, in the countdown.
Remember the first one was like 60 seconds. Everybody's like, why'd you do 60 seconds? I'm like, hey, let your brain get in trivia mode. Let it go.
Yeah.
That's usually how it was on NTN trivia. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. God, I used to love playing that game. I'd only want to go to bars that had it.
Are you going to read them this time, or?
Yep. Who was the first member of the bridge crew to disappear? Dude, this Megatron's like a mega throw.
Mega throw. Nice. Nice.
Sulu, McCoy, Kirk, Uhura, or Spock?
If you think about it, where they disappear from.
Oh, so we got 3 people that answered that it was Sulu, and they answered correct.
Yes, sweet. Because I remember when somebody else walked over to that station, I'm like, don't walk over there anymore. Stop it.
Yep, it was originally just Sulu and Captain Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
And the Geek Band, Tim, a little slow on the draw there. Come on.
I know. I had to think about it. At least I got it right.
Yep.
Megadong.
What device does Spock give the landing cart?
Oh, crap.
Device does Spock give the landing cart?
Haha, nice.
You like the other answers?
Yeah.
I don't know if I got this right.
That just that's one of the things that made no sense in that movie. But anyway.
Yeah.
And what was the correct answer?
The correct answer, well, let's do it. Ooh, got some divide here. The correct answer is it is a laser beacon. I don't think anybody got it correct.
Laser
shit.
beacon.
It is called a laser. They call it a laser beacon.
Laser beacon. Okay.
Huh.
The funny thing is like, so the Viridian patch is actually from Star Trek 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the Irvingoscope thing is what that guy Irving was a prop guy, and that's what they called it because they actually reused the prop in later episodes.
Okay.
For a different thing, I think it was like a drill of some sort, or in a later episode because they were just
Very
reusing the prop.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It was the only time that was actually used as like a laser beacon. Everybody got it wrong, so we got a decrease in points, and the rest is unchanged. Next question: Assault vampire is on display in Trelane's Manor. Which episode is this from?
Oh, fuck. I think I got it wrong. I did.
Now that I'm going to be in the lead, it'll be interesting to see what the rest of the questions are throughout the game.
You definitely are going to be in the lead. I clicked the wrong one.
I was actually going to ask you to name the question when I originally wrote it, like what prop from our previous episodes on display right by the door in Trelane's Manor. I'm like,
as soon as they walked in, I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
that would be easy. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is the Salt Vampire. It is from the Man Trap. 50% got that correct.
I clicked Charlie X by mistake.
So we have a new leader. Tim is now in the lead.
Good Lord, my pulse dropped like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
What kind of musical instrument does Trelane play when he first makes himself known?
You could do a really good trick here. Yep, you did the trick.
I did.
Yes, you did.
Man, you're a good trivia maker.
You really are. Yes, I was going to say the same thing. I mean, definitely enjoying it. I don't like my trivia to be like, oh, fuck, that's an easy-ass question. Because, Greg, I've been looking at horror trivia questions, and I'm like, I got to dig deeper. Because some of these are really fucking easy. Like softballs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what streaming service will The Mandalorian debut on October 30th?
Or what mask is Michael Myers' mask made from?
Yeah. Some people don't know that.
All right.
You'd be surprised.
That's
so
crazy.
one person fell for the trap and said it was a piano. It is actually a harpsichord.
Harpsichord. Yes, it is.
Lurch's instrument.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. From the original Addams Family. Great show. By the way.
I've been called that name a lot in my life. So,
Lurch.
yeah.
You're a tall guy.
Tim is still in the lead, followed by the Geek Blend and Mr.
Here
SJ.
there be dragons.
Next question. What is the first message the Enterprise receives from Gothos?
Yes.
What is the first message they receive?
Hip hop.
Hip,
It's
hip,
E. It has to
hurrah.
be E.
It's D. It's D. It's definitely D. First Borg episode.
Yes. E. I remember them being typed out on the screen. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, we got one wrong answer, but it is. Oh,
Hip hip
actually, we
hurrah
got-
was second.
You should have picked
Actually,
hip hop hooray.
we have 100% incorrect answers. The
Wow.
actual correct
It's
answer
B,
is
it's that.
greeting and felicitations, not salutations.
Oh, okay.
I
Gotcha.
second guessed it. I'm like, wait, that makes. Damn it! I had to click quick. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
So the board doesn't change.
the board does not change.
Dang it!
What is meteorologist Yeager's first name?
Shit.
Oh man.
I'll give you a hint. It starts with a C.
Shut up.
Okay, that's actually a good hint.
It's accurate.
It is very accurate. This was a shot in the dark. 50% on this one. Dang it.
Hmm, 75% are correct. It is Carl.
Yep. It was
Because it didn't start with the CH, it was a C. So thanks, Greg.
Damn it.
All right. Open Airlock expands his lead to 1,200 points there or so. Yeah.
Almost double. Yep.
Oh.
What does Trelane call Uhura?
Oh. Ooh.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's a story behind one of the answers I'll tell you after.
Nubian, eh?
I was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
My tricks don't work on me, only money.
All right.
It is split.
Yeah,
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Nobody guessed D. That's good. It was going to put that in the show. It's
shit.
a Nubian pride.
I swear
Someone's
you
got
it. Yes.
The story there is the answer C was an outtake, where the actor playing Trelane actually said that, and like Uhura like threatened to kick him in the leg when he said it. That was some behind the scenes like
Really?
info I found when I was doing the questions. That,
wow.
yeah, he
Interesting.
misspoke and called her, said the line as Nubian slave,
Wow.
and Uhura immediately was like, not
The
not
fuck?
have
Yeah.
not having that. So that's why that answer is in there. I thought that was really interesting. The actor misspoke the line, and yeah, she called him out on it. Good for her.
Nice job, Megatron.
Dadgummit.
Damn it.
What is
fucking
Yeoman
first
Ross's
names.
first name?
You spelled yeoman wrong too.
Oh, yep, it should be Y-E-O.
Here we go.
There. That's correct.
Ooh,
Every one of these is actually a yeoman that's been on the show.
Total shot in the dark.
Same here. I knew it wasn't A.
I'm going to be
A was
training you
already-
guys to remember the yeoman's names, and then I'm just going to stop asking.
It's really hard to forget Janice. So
Yeah.
I miss Janice.
Wow, we got 100% wrong again.
Wow. What was the correct answer?
It is Teresa. I think so far the host is winning the game here because I've got you 0% on 3 questions so far.
Yeah, you do. Why did you say that name? Yeah.
When the crew escapes from the
gosh.
planet, what course do they set to get away from Gothos?
Shit.
Actually say it a couple times.
I have a logical guess here, but
And these are all actual planets.
City Alpha 6, Captain.
It's never City Alpha 6. Until we get to Star Trek 2 trivia. Wow. Got you guys again. 0%. It is Beta 6.
I almost picked Beta 6.
Man.
Beta 6. That's 4 questions nobody has gotten right. I guess I'm too tough on you guys. Last
Keep being
question.
tough. I like it.
Once the royal hunt begins, how many times does Kirk try to contact the Enterprise?
Try a new Megatron.
Starting from the moment he's outside until the game ends. So if you're wondering and you're thinking about the episode, I will tell you that his final communication to the Enterprise after Ma and Pa show up is not counted. If you're running through your head the episode, that one is not part of it because the game is over at that point.
He's being chased, yeah. Probably another wrong answer, but
I think the newest Megatron's logic here is A for A and is B for bitch.
I wonder
C
what for. Interesting.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Yes.
All right. Let's see what we got. I didn't score a total victory on this one. Correct answer
Damn it.
is 4.
Who got it? Was
Not
either
me.
dragons or boobs?
Look at the final standings. Tim still is in the lead for this round.
For this round, yeah.
Yep.
He takes the Squire of Gothos with 2,095 points. Next is S Dragons at 1,792, and the Geek Blend at a 304. And congratulations, Mega. You are the first person to get a negative score, I think, in trivia since we started doing trivia on the channel.
I don't know if he's the first one to do it on a round.
To be negative, I total negative at the end. I think so. I'll go back and look.
Yeah,
sometime
Chihuahua,
later,
nice
but-
job. Nice job, Chihuahua. Very good. Very good.
That is wow.
Yeah, I
That's
figured that was you. Yeah.
that's a butt kicking. Well, I kicked your asses on 4 of the questions. None of you got
Yeah,
it
you
right,
did.
so.
You really did. Yeah, absolutely.
And the good thing about it is You really don't have to have Star Trek knowledge to get these right. You just have to remember the episode, you know?
Yeah, you don't have to be like an expert in Star Trek. You just need to have watched the episode.
Right.
Like, I'm not asking you guys to, explain how the warp engine works, or
Not
yet.
yet.
That would be an interesting multiple choice answer.
Yeah.
Are we ready to move on to the next?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
The next round. All right. Can find the button to do it. Oh, there it is. All right, moving on to the next round. It's going to be
Arena.
Star Trek Arena.
Yay.
Good episode.
Mm-hmm.
It is indeed a good episode.
Yeah.
The lizard with the smoker's cough.
Yeah. It's Bosk's grandfather who smoked for 50 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
All guesses, yes. Or how hot is 709? Very, 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 or really?
All right, we'll start the countdown here in 20 seconds. And all questions involving the episode called Arena.
Oh, absolutely. News Megatron. That's coming up as well. We got some fun shit coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. What colony does the Enterprise visit at the beginning of the episode?
I know it.
I know you do.
Oh, no, I don't know it. Hang on. Yeah, I know it.
I was going to be like, I'll give you a hint. It's Cestus something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, look at that, Daniel. Nice.
Yeah, pretty concise way of describing it.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that, but I didn't want to be the biggest nerd. So, congratulations, Daniel.
What role do dilithium crystals have in the process?
Are you asking Daniel?
Yes. All right, we have a
It's
50-50 split on
3.
this one. It is Cestus 3 is the correct answer.
Damn it.
And you know how I remember that? From DS9. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Incestus 3.
Oh my God,
gosh.
Megadon. You didn't get a negative.
I did.
Yep. All right. What does Spock call McCoy in response to his expressing a desire for non-reconstituted meal? A non-reconstituted meal.
I picked the one that most sounds like something he'd say.
Jeez, News Megatron's probably going to have kicking my ass on this one.
And the funny thing is McCoy's response to that is basically like, you bet your pointed ears I am.
Yep, I got it wrong.
You are, Doctor, self-indulgent.
Oh, I got it right then. Good.
Nobody has actually got it correct.
Damn it.
He calls him a sensualist.
Sensualist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, he does. So
damn it.
everybody loses points.
Lots of points.
Who is
Who
the
are they
landing
going
party
to
going to
see?
see on the colony? It's a Commodore. And this Commodore is known for his hospitality.
Daniel says the lithium crystals control the reaction.
Yep.
Yeah. Control, focus. Yeah.
That's correct.
Ooh, we have only one correct answer.
Really?
It is Travers.
Whoever got that is leader. Oh, I guess not.
No,
Shieldwall got it though.
no, but he was sitting in the negative prior, so he's rebounded and now in second place.
Dicker. Jeez.
Which member of the landing party did not survive?
Commodore 64. That's right, Blake.
I should have put that as an answer.
You should have fucking put that. That'd be great.
Yeah, so Stieg posted a commercial of the Commodore 64 from the 80s. And it was like the most politically incorrect commercial I've ever seen. It's like, we don't care what the Russians think.
I owned a Commodore 64. Love that son of a bitch.
I didn't own one, but my school had
this is split
30 of them.
Look at this.
Yeah. Well, only one person got it right, and it is whoever said Lang.
God damn it.
Lang is the one that survives. And he actually dies off screen because like Kirk calls for him, and the other guy, Kelowitz, is like, Lang didn't make it. They got him.
Yeah, Lang did.
Lang dead. Whew. We got some low scorers here. What coordinates does Kirk fire the grenade launcher?
Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ.
Something azimuth, something else.
Yes.
That's correct. Wait till you see the answers.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Oh, too bad that's all in every one of them.
God dang.
This one was unfair.
Well, that's when people that have the super sharp photographic memory, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Which I do not. I would love to have that.
That would come in damn handy, yeah.
No kidding. I've played people in trivia that I know that do have that kind of memory. And I'm like, well, I'm not playing you again, you piece of shit.
Ooh. Nobody.
Good.
Y'all
that would have been sheer luck.
The winner currently has 65 points after 5 questions.
Nice.
Oh, this is brutal. I'm sorry. But I'm enjoying it.
What is the name of the,
the name of the alien race that is holding the Enterprise in space? This one should be cheap.
Should be able to get this one if I'm not retarded today.
Good beat.
I think I got this one. Might raise my total up a bit. Or I've actually seen the episode. Correct.
Guess A.
We have your ship, go. And it cannot go.
We need things to make us go. Wait till you get to that episode in TNG, Jeff. It's freaking funny.
It's like a race of retards.
I didn't know that, Daniel.
That's what it is. And the guy who plays like the leader is the guy who played like the retard on LA Law.
Yeah.
Benny? Let's see. Oh, nobody guessed Pac-Led. It is the Metrons.
Metrons. Yep.
There we have some respectable scores.
Who lands first blow? Wow.
Who lands the first blow? This one is a 50-50, so it's only worth 500 points.
Will this question subvert your expectations?
Yeah. Was it a double axe handle? That's
the big question. Yes.
That high cross body what we just saw was amazing.
That was the best. That was right out of freaking wrestling. That was freaking great. All right, 75% got that one correct. It is Kirk.
It's because it looks like he's kind of winning it for a second, and then he realizes how strong the gore is.
And it is the double axe handle.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Oops. Leaderboard here. All right, got some positive scores on the board now. That's good.
Megadome.
Some are more positive than others.
Yes, it is, Han.
Mm-hmm. All right. What mineral does Kirk find first?
Oh, gosh. It has to be something that's most noticeable. Why do you have coal twice?
Does it?
Whoops. So guess what? It's not coal because there's two answers of coal. Oops. Made that a little easier, didn't I?
Yeah.
So it's either diamond, sulfur, or potassium nitrate.
Excuse me.
It has to be what's most noticeable.
It's diamonds.
I thought it was potassium nitrate.
Me too. I thought it was sulfur because it's all yellow and
Potassium nitrate was actually, I think, the second to last. I think Cole was.
Okay. Because diamond is sulfur. Okay.
This looks like diamonds, crushed diamonds.
How does Kirk injure his left ankle?
Okay.
How does Kirk injure his left ankle?
Dang it.
Oh, man. I know what you did.
Yeah, Daniel, exactly. Shield Wall, I definitely recommend this one. It's a good episode. Definitely. Ooh, that was loud.
Ooh, yeah, geez.
Stupid springs.
Boom.
I'm gonna
I try to mute when I do that, unfortunately.
Sorry, dude.
You're fine.
It was probably his right ankle, I bet you.
Got y'all. He didn't. He injured his right ankle.
You bastard.
As soon as I clicked, I knew. Always go for like the off the wall answer if there's one like this.
Yes, he injured his right ankle in the Gorn trap. But
At least no one got it.
Nobody got it.
And I'm still in 4 digits.
You're still in 4 digits with one question to go.
Oh.
How old does the Metron say he is?
Shit.
Oh, gosh.
Come on.
I like your lot how you choose your answers, Megatron.
Me too.
The honor of his fellow Decepticon dropkick.
I love it.
Is that really the name of a Decepticon?
I'm gonna make an answer star scream for one of these trivia questions coming up. All right, let's see.
Fitty.
50-50. And all wrong.
Really?
He is 1,500 years old.
I was just going to pick that. I should have picked that. I should have went with my fucking gut.
This, guys, might be the lowest scoring Star Trek trivia game that'll ever happen. The winner of this round has less than 1,000 points out of a potential 10,000. But congratulations to Open Airlock. He has won round 2. And
thank you.
He has won the overall.
Nice job.
Yay.
Nice job.
So a rebound from last week. And I'll be tallying the points up in the spreadsheet for over the course of all of these.
Wow.
So, Tim, based on these numbers, I believe you have taken the overall.
Yeah.
As far as points goes, because it was pretty close last time.
Just Star Trek, right?
Just Star Trek, yeah.
Okay.
Because Star Trek's probably going to have the most consistent players. It'll be at least you two every time.
Right.
But yeah, guys, that was.
That's right, Megatron. That wasn't the new Bumblebee.
We need to do something where, like,
That was brutal.
We set like a point level, and if someone doesn't get that many, then you win as the question maker.
Well, that'd be extra motivation for me to come up with some really ridiculous questions. Like I can get tougher than even these.
Don't give him any ideas.
So for the last episode, be like, all right, what was the serial number of the jet plane?
I still remember it. So yeah, I haven't written it down. I just have it in my head. It's like Kramer. It's in my head.
Yeah. Nice. That was tough, guys. The first one was a little bit better than the second one, but I guess I'm gonna have to lighten up a little bit, a little bit more interesting.
Don't lighten up on the Star Wars though.
Oh no, absolutely not.
No.
Someone in the chat said, "Hey, where's what is Luke's last name questions?" It's like, go back to preschool.
No, you don't want that stuff. Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah.
Well, not
maybe
with a hardcore audience.
Not a softball, but a slightly easy one every now and then. But never a softball question like that. You don't want that shit. You don't want it.
And if you do a softball one, Like spell it like Skywalker, like on that action figure Ryan showed us or something, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's been out for a bit. Yeah, man, I saw that.
Swacker.
That's not the first time they've done that in the last 2 years, by the way. So
I'll do what I'll do is I'll do a question that'll piss everybody off. It'll be like, who shot first?
Yeah,
Con or Greedo, and like there's no real good answer because it depends on which one you're watching.
Yeah,
Greedo never fired. That's what I say.
Right.
Hey, do you guys have a Chewy's where you live?
a what?
Mexican restaurant called Chewy's.
Chewy's? No. Chili's, yes.
No.
So-
but I've
Or used to anyway.
Where they've been.
So Chewy's has shirts, and one of them has Han Solo in a sombrero and a mustache and a poncho and his gun. You know, it's that one pose, and it says Juan shot first.
Huh.
They never have my size though. I need a 2X, so I really want that shirt. And it's pretty good food. They have a salsa bar, and anyway, it's just in a commercial. So
There's one in Clarksville, Indiana. So
yeah.
Well, there's one in Louisville as well too. I know. I've seen them.
Oh, they have real. Yeah, it's good food.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like authentic, but it's good. So anyway, we're ready for the next episode, or
Yeah.
Well, you're smoking, aren't you?
I was gonna go head up, but we can start the episode.
we can wait.
Yeah, no problem.
Alrighty, fine. We'll just vamp a little bit about Star Trek.
Vamp.
Let's see if I can find any other interesting facts about the one we just watched.
Don't spoil the interesting facts. I might need them to do trivia.
Who shot first? Those that pick Rito get Twitter blocked.
That's what Daniel said, yeah.
Yeah, love it. I love it. Yeah, they have them. They're definitely spread around Shield Wall. I just looked them up, and they're definitely It's not like there's clusters of them. They're just kind of like spread out for sure. Yeah. Yes, that 80s movies questions was definitely significantly hard. Yeah, unless you're Tom.
There's a good mix in there, I think. There were some pretty easy ones, at least.
Yeah. Well, even Tom got
Yeah.
nailed for a bit. Yes, yes, Shield Wall. I'm gonna put the link up. Yeah. Sorry about that.
So one thing I forgot to mention, he called him Lieutenant Commander again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But his rank insignia shows he's a full commander, so I don't think they ever explained that really.
Continuity error.
Yeah, because he did call him it I think in the menagerie whenever they called his name out or whatever.
Yeah, his rank should be commander because he's essentially in TOS era stuff. There wasn't the first officer position wasn't a solo position. It was a dual role.
Yeah.
You had some other station, and then you were also the first officer.
Right.
You had assigned duties on the bridge, but then you were in command when the captain wasn't there.
Right.
But
I would have been fine with it as long as his rank insignia matched, but it didn't. It was full commander the whole show. So
I like the way the TNG thing did it and made it kind of an executive position, almost like a naval XO.
yeah.
Like he's not doing anything else, but he's an administrator. He does,
Yeah.
Becker's role on TNG was obviously second in command of the ship, but he did a lot of evaluations, did duty roster assignments, a lot of administrative.
Yeah.
Which is, fitting because the ship had 1,000 people on it.
Led the away team. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because the captain would need somebody. If the captain's not going to go on the away team, it needs to be somebody that the captain really trusts their judgment and has a good rapport. That he's going to give the information back that the captain needs to make the decisions he needs to make and such.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Blair, that was definitely the 80s trivia was definitely fun. Star Wars was too. Yeah, a lot of people were like, as soon as the question popped out, they're like, fuck, are you kidding me? Like that was the response. Runner's response was fuck. God damn it. Shit.
Yeah.
Suck.
Every
it sucks.
question, like, Jesus.
Yeah.
He did say there were 12 Constitution class starships.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna do Monster Squad trivia, Tim?
Yeah, I guess I'll eat. How do I do that? Do I just?
I'll send you. When we're done, I'll send you a file, a CSV file of like an example.
Okay.
Save it and send it to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then I can
Yeah, I'll come
basically
up with some
import it
good
without
ones.
really looking at it.
Mm-hmm. How many do we want to do? You know what I mean? Like 10 or
You can do 15 or 20, something like
15
that.
or 20.
Fine.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, enough that we can, have like a good intermission and everything, and then kind of get back into the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was trying to think here. I sent you the link for that, right, Tim?
No.
To watch the movie. I did in Twitter, right?
Yeah. A long time ago. Yeah. I'll have to find it.
There's a lot of links too. I don't know. Like, it's not public domain, but it's available a lot of places that it shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I gotcha.
Maybe it's such an obscure title in their minds that they're just like, don't care. Like, that's not one to fight.
I guess.
It is a very underrated movie. It should have done a lot better than it did.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what, in my neighborhood, it wasn't underrated.
Oh, no.
Me
neither.
Man, we watched the hell out of that movie. I went to the library.
Set it up as like a watch party, you know what I mean? Like a watch together.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I went to the library after I saw it, and I found a bunch of books on werewolves and vampires, and with all this lore going back to the 1300s, it was pretty interesting. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll come up with like 14 like movie trivia, and then have like a hard one at the end that's just about monsters in general.
Okay. So I found the link. I got it again, and it's like there's no pop-ups. It's not like one of those ones where there's pop-ups everywhere. It's yeah. I will keep that and bookmark it so that way I can share the. I mean, I guess. Well, how am I going to do that? That's going to be interesting. I mean, if it's a live stream, I share the link in the chat. Don't know. I don't know if that's going to be interesting. Originally, I was going to set it up on OBS, but since we're doing trivia, we want to do it through here. So I'll try to set it up on my end where I can have like the above me, or I guess Greg, you could, since you're not doing the trivia. Well, I guess you'd probably still want to use it. You probably still want to share the screen and stuff on your end, wouldn't you? Or Tim, would you do that?
I'll still be hosting the trivia because I got to be
okay.
into the site.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll set it up on my OBS before we start. I'll have above me where you can see the timestamp and stuff. Yeah. Okay. I kind of wish it was like. I just wish it was on a streaming service. Like I talked about doing like what we do in the shadows, but I don't know if that's on a streaming service either. Let me take a look. There's a bunch of stuff that horror-wise I definitely could do.
I'm in the watch party now, guys.
Okay.
Oh, did you post the link?
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
It's in chat. Sorry.
In the private chat?
No, it's in the regular chat. I'll put in the private chat if you want.
Oh, there it is. No, I got it. Don't do that. You don't have to do that.
Okay. Cool.
Court martial.
There's some pretty cool lore pieces in here. We hear a lot of the first stuff for the first time, so kind of keep your eye out for that.
Cool.
Okay.
Shield Wall, you ready? Ready for this one? Everybody in chat ready to go?
Looks like he's in there. So.
Okay, good. Okay, so there's shows 4 in there for you.
I'm coming in right now.
Giggity.
So we're done with crowd purr for the night, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. You in now?
Yeah, I'm in.
Alrighty. All right, here we go.
The first of many courtroom drama Star Trek shows.
Love that art.
Yeah, there's not diversity in Star Trek except now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is an outfit, huh?
Yeah. Jeez.
Well,
Oh shit.
mhm.
Yeah, you just disproved that. No diversity. Mm-hmm.
Diversity wasn't invented till 2016. We all know this.
It's correct. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Prior to 2016, it was against the law for women to be in lead
Yeah.
roles and
Yeah.
for any people of color to be in any positions of authority. It's fact. It's established.
Are you still on your headset?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's why I can't hear you.
That better?
Yes,
Yeah.
there we go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this show though, it's not just a couple of shows. It was only this show.
Yeah.
And maybe I Love Lucy, same network, same studio. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucy was involved with getting this show.
Yep.
It's her production company.
Mm-hmm.
Lucille Ball is responsible for Star Trek.
I've heard that before.
It's the truth. She fought for it. I mean, her and Desi.
It's awesome.
Kind of a cool reception.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's the music.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Mac Daddy.
What a smoothie.
Hell yeah.
Attaboy, Kirk.
Damn right. Fight for what's right. Yeah, that's right, Joel. Yeah.
Choose the process.
Yep. F counter is still at 0.
That's true.
Those little barriers like that, definitely 60s, 70s ish.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I tell you. Oh. Boom. Like that was like a moment.
Shield wall, yeah. No, I'll just Google it. He was going to tell Kirk something too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, write that down, guys.
I love that.
I like the music.
Love that.
HR has a low rank.
Good. That's why Starfleet works.
Yeah.
I was wondering the same thing, Shield Wall.
I don't think it is.
It's an identification device.
Okay.
That little girl's really good at looking pissed off. Like,
yeah, she is.
Yeah, good acting.
I don't get the line of questioning. The fact that he busted Finney and everything, that's motive for Finney against Kirk, not Kirk against Finney.
Mm-hmm. Shield Wall. Jeez. You see Shield Wall's comment?
About the hitting that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or the Ensign looked at him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Write it down. Decorated. I love it.
They stole that in TNG.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So let's see this one. Absolutely, Shield Wall. I agree 100% with that. STD.
Yep.
True.
Hey, Apollo. Interesting.
I remember that line.
Yep.
That's cool. You can see the people walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Why did she change something? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, shield wall. Yeah, it does kind of look like that, doesn't it?
Oh, jeez.
Nice. He's actually playing 4D chess with Trump.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, he
Right.
does certainly have the flair for the dramatic there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a little over the top.
Great shot.
Yeah, awesome.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I'm remembering the rest of it. Some awesome music, man.
Don't blow out the eardrums just yet.
That looks like a Hitachi.
It's
I mean,
the yeoman's wand.
Except for one. Hey, kitty bear.
yeah, it's been a long time.
I know.
Yeah.
Frozen Muppet stream.
What?
Very, very clever writing. Where the hell is he, though? That's a good point, shield wall. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
At Star Trek, there's never another ship in the quadrant.
Yeah. Well, there was one shown earlier in orbit,
That's
so. Test of strength.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can see. Do you see the body double? The stuntman?
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, well.
Monkey flip.
Yep.
Kirk's shirt is torn.
Oh. Hip toss. Foreign object coming into play. Oh.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Right, shield wall.
Just pull it.
Mm-hmm.
Or not.
Guess that was enough.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Ahura jumping in there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Happy to lose the case.
Maybe we will get a 1 on our counter.
Hmm. Hmm. He's like, I can't get up for a few minutes, guys. Yeah, it's true, shield wall, but they just don't care. Yeah, and you had a South Asian guy in there. You
I
know,
know.
as
It's just
you had. I don't know. It's just, and no one else was doing that. You know, other than Lucy's married to a Cuban guy, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
groundbreaking.
Yep.
But see, it was just the thing about it, and it kind of drives
See,
me nuts,
Reginald
especially-
Lal Singh, that was the Indian guy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Good stuff. Sorry, go ahead, Greg.
What drives me a little bit crazy is in Star Trek itself is guilty of this, especially if you listen to panels and cons. They focus a little bit too much on it, I think. Because the way it's portrayed in Star Trek is different than what they do now, where they pat themselves on the back for, casting a POC. Star Trek just did it like it was normal. It didn't ever really.
Yeah.
It didn't ever go, hey, look at us, we're so great. We cast an African American guy as a Commodore. We're so stunning and brave. They just did it because they didn't think about it. So like, they weren't signaling virtue because they weren't signaling. They were just demonstrating virtue. So
Right.
just a very big difference between signaling it and demonstrating it. Just lead by example. That's what Star Trek did. That's where it was the best. And unfortunately, like you listen to panels, if you listen to the last Star Trek convention thing they did for Star Trek Day, you would think that the only thing Star Trek was about was diversity.
Right.
Because they're now patting themselves on the back nonstop about it. It's like, no,
Well,
it's there's other stories about this. Like this episode, there was nothing about this episode that was about diversity. It demonstrated it. But there's no diversity message in this episode.
Right.
It's an episode about justice, revenge, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I used years ago when I used to work at night and I was driving home, I'd listen to Love Lines. Remember that with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla?
Yeah.
And one time Adam said, and he wouldn't be able to get away with this these days, but somehow they came on this topic. He's like, look, I don't care if you're black, if you're white, if you're gay. I just can't stand you when you advertise, and that's what shows are about now. It's, hey, look at me. I'm gay. There's no bigger compliment than being treated like a normal person, no matter what you are. Right.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the whole point of equality? Like,
yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what they do here.
Is it just, without explaining it, without patting themselves on the back, they just demonstrated it. How great is that?
Yeah. Yep. It's crazy.
It's just frustrating. Even listening to Star Trek people, even some of the original cast, where it's just all about this. And it's like, you guys were telling great stories too that didn't have anything to do with diversity. That's not what Star Trek is about.
That's right.
It demonstrates it, but that's not the. When they advertised Star Trek, they didn't go, look at us. We have Asians. We have black people.
That's so racist. I mean.
Well, but look at it now. Like the first thing you describe is like, oh, it's a new series, and the first thing they have to tell you is the gender and sexuality of the lead character. Not even anything else about the lead character, just the gender and the sexuality of the lead character.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Well, what's the story about? It doesn't matter. Why? Do you not like this gender or person or this sexuality?
Right.
Then you're an ism or a phobe. That's because of that. I'm like, well, I want a good story though. Is this a good actress? Is it going to work for this show? Well, it shouldn't matter. They're gay and they'll fit right in.
What's the show about?
Exactly. Why? Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
But as for the episode itself, pretty good. I felt like the court case, it became kind of moot once he was alive. So that was kind of interesting. But they definitely drew on this in the TNG court episode. I mean, almost line for line in some spots. So
Yeah, I would say the
Okay, well.
TNG episodes did it a lot better though. As far
oh
as
hell
the
yeah,
episode.
that's one of
This
the.
one,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the lawyer character was kind of like weird in this one, and
Which one?
didn't uh, Kirk's lawyer.
Yeah. Samuel
Was
T.
like,
Cogley. Yeah.
yeah,
Cogley.
he didn't seem to do that much lawyering. he
Mm-mm.
didn't. He was just kind of this quirky guy who liked books.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Well,
and
they
then he gave this grandiose kind of speech that was like, it didn't. It felt out of place.
they tried to make a novel series out of him, believe it or not, about 15 years ago, and they made one novel. And I guess it didn't sell well, so
He wouldn't seem to be like a very good. I mean,
No.
as far as like courtroom drama goes, this one was kind of low tier. I still
Yeah.
like the episode.
yeah,
But the episode's
absolutely.
more of a mystery than a courtroom
Yeah.
thing versus like
Yes.
like you take something like Measure of a Man, Drumhead, those are courtrooms.
Yes.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Shewell says, but the right speech was the point of the episode, I think. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked it. I liked how I like Spock finding the flaw in the computer programming. That was awesome. Paula says, I would make the women make this Greek god a sandwich.
All right.
That's
Okay.
alrighty. That's Apollo.
Yeah.
I'm hungry right now, so I'll take one
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, Apollo, go ahead and
I
get some.
could go for a sandwich.
Since you're here, Apollo, and they're not, why don't you just do it?
No, I mean the speech. It was about man versus the machine or whatever, and that thing, but it just didn't. Nobody thought that the computer records could be altered was a little frustrating because I guess having watched a lot of Star Trek, like and going back and watching this episode at the time was like, well, that was a new thing. Like, oh, somebody sabotaged the computer records.
Yep.
But going back and watching it again, knowing that it's been a point. I mean, even from the movies, Star Trek 6, somebody alters the computer records to make it seem
Spoiler.
to the computers that the Enterprise fired.
Yeah, it's not really a spoiler.
Okay.
Because that's not the resolution.
Mm-mm. It's a minor plot point because you kind of know that the Enterprise didn't fire because you're watching the bridge at the time. Just all of a sudden, boom, a torpedo comes out. It's like, what?
Like, wait a minute. Yeah.
But like that's having watched all the episodes and then coming back to this one that was not it wasn't like a big revolution to me or like a revolution I should say.
Mm-mm.
Which is kind of like, oh yeah, somebody altered the records on the computer to somebody edited the video.
Yeah, and that's your first mention of Starfleet by name, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Yes.
20 some odd episodes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was kind of cool. The officers club, you kind of see the way they do stuff, I guess, on star bases. It's not the Mos Eisley Cantina, that's for sure.
Mm-mm.
No. There's the public plug and then the officers ones, like in like the in Star Trek 3, the pub that they visit, that McCoy visits, is quite different.
Yes. Yeah, even the one.
Genesis. How could you be deaf with ears like that?
Yeah, even the one in Trouble with Tribbles is not quite, like a Mos Eisley Cantina type thing. But George Lucas was, that was a first.
Yeah, it's great.
Pretty good episode. I mean,
yeah, I enjoyed it. I did. It's good. Yeah,
I like the previous episode was more fun, but this one wasn't.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, back then the Officers Club was very segregated by rank. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
rank has its privileges, right?
Yeah. The next two episodes.
I was going to say that we should definitely look at that.
The Return of the Archons, which is the first time he talks a computer to its death, and then Space Seed.
I love that. Oh, I'm looking forward to Space Seed. I haven't seen that episode in so long.
Yeah, the thumbnail, they've got Marla. So
when we first started watching this, they actually had Khan in the thumbnail.
nice.
Yeah, they changed it. A couple of them they've changed. But yeah, we've got. Let's see.
In the last episode of Lower Decks, they made a reference to Khan's chest.
We have no.
Oh gosh,
Really?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
They call him like thick chest. Tendy was like, "Ooh, I want to talk about," because they brought up Khan, like who is the bigger villain, and it was some guy, and Khan, I forget what the other guy was.
Why would they talk about who's the biggest villain in the Star Trek universe while they're in the fucking Star Trek universe?
Because the show is all a bunch of empty references. It's like, remember this it's just all stupid fucking references. That's
Look how meta
one
we
of the
are.
jokes.
Look, meta. It's meta.
That's almost every single joke in that entire series is just meta jokes about references to other stuff. Even stuff that they couldn't possibly like reference.
Right.
In my review, I mentioned that, there's one where he's like, Tasha, the garbage bag's behind you, and then what was the other reference? It was something like it was.
Were they referring to the oil creature?
Yes.
Oh my
At least
gosh.
I think so. Which is, I thought, very disrespectful. And then the other reference
Yes.
was something was, oh god, I forget. But there's like events that nobody, even like looking at the logs and studying their missions, there's no way anybody would be. Only the audience has that perspective. Like only the audience who watched the show. Like no character in universe wouldn't have that knowledge. It wouldn't be documented anywhere.
Yeah. It's
So
it's
even the
not
references
canon.
themselves don't work.
I don't care what they say. It's not canon. It can't be because of what you just said. You can say something's canon, but it doesn't make it canon. It has to be consistent. Now, look, with someone like Lord Doomcock, you can be a fan of him or not, but I watched a video of his like a year ago where he basically logically broke down what is and isn't canon, and when if something isn't consistent, then it's not. So the fact that they shouldn't know these things and they're talking about them, it's a parody show, is all it is.
Yeah, and it's a show. Really, it's just get to the next reference, set up these things so we can refer to other things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like why would these people be talking about like not even significant missions that the Enterprise D was on? Like not even like major like galaxy altering events, just like one-off weird episodes, like something happened on some random planet they visited. Like nobody would be talking about that.
Right. It's not like required reading at the academy. Yeah.
Right. They'd be like, who would know that? Who would bother to know that stuff? It's just
right.
Jesus.
And that's basically Lower Decks in a nutshell. Empty fucking.
That's
like, I'd rather just watch the real episodes,
Yeah.
That's much more fun. And especially these as it's kind of building up the lore and building up the world. Like the last time we did a watch party was the first time we saw Torpedo. This one, it's the first time the Federation's mentioned. There's just stuff that like it's building as they're going from episode to episode, the world that we, having watched the shows, know and understand. So it's fascinating to kind of go back and see them kind of figure it out as they go.
What era is a Lower Decks set in?
Lower Decks is set basically just after the events of Star Trek Nemesis. So it takes place in between, I guess, Voyager and Picard.
Okay.
But way before Picard, though. So these... Basically, I almost think of it as like a third show running concurrently with DS9 and Voyager. It's right in that kind of time zone, time span. I don't know if they've officially like nailed it down, but it's basically that period. And it's trying really hard to be TNG, like the next iteration of the next generation. That's the aesthetic that they go for, a lot of the uniforms and the ship and everything.
Wow. Yeah, those were good episodes. I enjoyed them. I think the first one was definitely more fun. Like you said, I did enjoy it a little bit more. But yeah.
Oh, the first one, it just had a lot of laughs in it that I forgot about.
Like you said, I mean, you can do comedy in Star Trek. Look at this. Here's the proof.
Oh, absolutely. And we'll see it in many, many episodes to come. Where there's moments that you can do comedy in Star Trek without making it a goofball comedy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't remember. Kind of I don't remember there being that much humor in that episode, so that was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, and it's not humor that requires you to have inside knowledge of it. It was just straight up funny, just situational comedy that and situations that the characters find themselves in, and that's where the comedy comes from. And it's not remember this, remember that, refer to this, refer to that. It's just
yeah.
And it's not characters acting all over the top and shouty and like they're somebody swapped out their Ritalin for cocaine.
Yeah.
That's kind of like every character in Lower Decks is like they should all be on Ritalin, but they've all been given cocaine.
Yeah.
Really, like that's kind of how they're all shouty, climby, burst, just spastic. They're all spastic, especially Tendi and Mirren. But
Shewell says so. The era they should have made the new series without all the woke crap.
Yes, like instead of going back and doing Discovery, they should have gone forward and done something
absolutely
else.
Yeah.
But Greg, they can't fuck up the lore if they go forward. They have to go backward to do that.
Oh, they can still fuck up the lore going forward.
Yeah, but they want it. They are going forward now, but they want
by not being consistent
first, and then go forward and fuck it up there. They wanted to fuck it up both areas. So,
I mean, like Picard moves forward, but it still fucked up a lot of lore. Well, in the sense that it fucked up the character. Like Picard that we saw in Star Trek Picard is a show that's technically forward, but in the process, it just decided to write that the Federation is this dystopia now that's like isolationist and xenophobic.
They
use android slave labor and
yeah. So they just kind of rewrote. They said it far enough to that to be like, it's 30 years later, so now the Federation is basically not this idealistic society. It's an organization of shithead, basically. Like, so you can still mess it up going forward and go like, because you can't in your head wrap around the fact like, why did the Federation, like, how did the Federation get from where it was in Nemesis to where it is in Picard? Like, what happened?
Right.
And they try and justify it as like it's this whole thing that happened with the Mars colony, but that was a revolt of the droid slave labor. So you can't say that was the cause of them having the slave labor in the first place. That was an effect of the slave labor. So like still, and the fact that they didn't want to help the Romulans, evacuate their home planet, why they would even needed help is still stupid because if you watch this, if you watch the series all the way to the last episode, they have like an enormous fleet of Romulan warbirds like descend on this planet. Like, well, couldn't they have used those to like the Romulan Star Empire is not like one system. It just doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense.
No.
But they had to reset the state of the galaxy in order to tell the story that they wanted to tell, rather than explain how the galaxy got the way it was and tell the story of how it got there. They're just like, well, we were going to make things that look like Star Trek, but we're going to just rewrite the setting of it into something that doesn't fit.
Right.
Yeah. These guys, go ahead.
Well, they just felt like, because there definitely was fatigue by the end of Voyager's run, and because DS9 overlapped TNG, and then DS9 overlapped Voyager, and then you still had the movies going on. The idea or the consensus at the time was like, people are tired of Star Trek, so we need to do something really different. So then they went back and did Enterprise, and that wasn't successful for different reasons. And that just kind of got this idea of like, well, we can't go forward because, that's a failed concept. Nobody wants to see that anymore. No, we want to see it. It just, you didn't do it right. Like Enterprise could have worked. You gave it a shit timestamp or a time slot on the UPN network, which was a fledgling network, instead of syndicating it like you did all the rest of your shows. Same for Voyager.
Wasn't it on Sunday nights?
Yeah, it was. There was two problems with Voyager and Enterprises. They insisted sticking it on their quote unquote network, which was UPN at the time, instead of syndicating it. When TNG and DS9 had enormous success in syndication.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
And they just decided to drop that formula and shove it on their obscure network that nobody cared for. That was a problem. Because UPN didn't have quite the terrestrial coverage of, an ABC, CBS, or NBC, which they could have syndicated out to individual channels in every market, like they did with the previous episode or previous season. So that hurt. The time spot they put it in hurt it. Like, it just didn't belong on UPN. It didn't fit any of the rest of their program. So,
wasn't it Sunday nights?
I think
it was.
I remember it being really odd. And then Voyager kind of just lost its way and kind of started spinning its wheels. So maybe they needed to kind of give that one a better ending and then just jump to the next show. But they went back in time. They did the Enterprise. That wasn't terribly well received, although it wasn't a terrible show. Like, it's infinitely better than Discovery.
Right.
Yeah.
But the type of story, they went more serial with their storytelling, especially in the later series, which I think kind of hurt it too. And it was a show like, if you miss an episode, then you might as well just skip the rest of the season. And that was at a time where you couldn't go back and just, log into your account on CBS.com and watch the previous episode if you missed it. You had to wait till some channel re-aired it. So if you got out of the habit of watching the episodes and you missed one, you could be lost on the next one. Especially in Enterprise, when they got into the Xindi stuff, it was like, if you miss one of the episodes, you're like, what? Wait, what? Huh? I'm lost. What happened?
Yeah.
It was hard to jump back in. So
yeah,
when you combine that with a bad time slot, then people just kind of go, well, okay. Now you could get away with it because you have streaming and anybody can watch, you can binge watch to catch up on any series you want.
Correct.
Yep.
It's a different world.
Hey, Spartan.
Hey, Spartan, how you doing?
Yeah, Time Core show is one of the ones that I heard bandied about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have said, no, that's not the direction you go. Just a new crew, a new ship, a new mission, a new exploration mission. It's really it's not that hard. You just, all you got to do is come up with a concept for your crew, because you got to make them a little bit different. You can't just go, well, you can't just recast, be like, okay, this is the new Picard, this is the new Riker, this is the new Data, this is the new Geordi. Yeah. If you try and do that, people reject.
So, with that being said, one of the other ideas they had around that time, 99, 2000, was a Sulu show on the Excelsior. What would you have thought of that?
I would not have liked it because it kind of went back and it would have messed with the era.
Yeah, I know you don't like that.
I don't like prequel shows or shows that are slammed in between two eras, because you're really putting yourself in a corner for what you can do.
Yeah.
With your characters, with the timeline, it bogs you down creatively. And then if you hate canon, that's the worst. And if you think working within an established canon is difficult, that's the worst environment.
I was going to say, keeping up with all the little things. Oh, we can't do that, and
it would have been interesting. But as soon as TNG aired, that kind of that became something that wouldn't work. Maybe a standalone movie or two may have worked, but a series.
Unless they did something okay, after the end of 6, they said, okay, you're getting assigned to this area called the something expanse, and you have a 10-year mission and he's away from everything else. You know what I mean? That way he doesn't really affect galactic events as we know them. I don't know.
Yeah, and the problem you do that now, everybody's going to be like, well, that's Voyager.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was the whole premise of Voyager is we're going to escape the canon by making it. We're going to go way out into this quadrant over here.
Right.
And like it's so different out there, and they're all by themselves. They don't have the luxury of being able to call reinforcements or go stop at a starbase. They're going to have to barter with locals to get all their supplies and all that kind of stuff, which they kind of explored. I don't think they did a good enough job in Voyager covering that kind of stuff. But because then it became about the species, whatever I forget what the name of that stupid species.
On what, the Kazon?
No, in Voyager, the ones that could beat the Borg.
Oh, species 8472.
847.
Yeah.
It became about that and became about Borg, and it didn't. It would have been more interesting like if the Borg were less part of it and was more about having to negotiate with this planet and to get supplies or permission to pass through particular territories. A lot of first contact type missions. It could have been very much like the TOS Star Trek, and it just didn't get there.
Yeah.
At least for me, I like it's not the worst Star Trek that's been ever out there, but I put it kind of low in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's a number of things they could do going forward. But again, just do another ship, like and another crew going forward. Hell, you could even do another Enterprise. You'd set it up enough years in advance. Be like, who took over the Enterprise after Riker set them? Or became an admiral or whatever. Like what happens then? Where do they go? Who's in? What are their missions? Because you can do all. There's still a ton of missions you could write that are Star Trek related that fit and it would make for a good show.
Yeah.
As long as you come up with good concept for your core characters. I think Voyager also kind of missed the boat.
Yeah.
Me personally, I didn't care for the crew of Voyager at all.
One of the other ideas they had, and I think they got this from DS9 and TNG a little bit, would have been a Klingon show set on a ship or whatever.
That could have been interesting, but really expensive.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would have had to find a way to do the Klingon costuming a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Because you're talking like your main cast, all your main cast now is like every single actor's got to be in that. You're losing like 4 hours every day of shooting time just for them to get into. And it's not just like it's like every scene got to have them. If it's Klingons, every scene's got to have a Klingon that goes through that process.
Yeah.
Or it'd be really expensive if you tried to do it digital.
Yeah. Or you'd have to get really creative about it. Like if you're in engineering, have their backs to you and just long hair or something like that, And they'd have to do marathon filming, like film 3 episodes in one session or whatever.
Concept-wise, it would be interesting. I don't know if it appealed to the mass audience because the whole warrior culture thing and everything.
That's true.
As a Star Trek fan, I'd be into it. Boy, I think it has a very low mass appeal. I think a Romulan show probably. Well, Romulans are less prominent as far as the bad guys in Star Trek. Everybody's like first answer is always Klingon, and then probably the second answer now is Borg, right? Romulans are very like intriguing because they're kind of like paranoid and sneaky and I mean
xenophobic,
like a spy show that takes place in like the Romulan Star Empire would be kind of more intriguing and probably a little cheaper to do. Although their makeup is not either. But you can put them in hoods and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of mask that. Or if you're Picard, you can put them in biker. Make them look like they're out of like a motorcycle game.
Yeah. Stupidity.
It was so transparent. Like, oh, you just didn't want to put them in makeup.
Right.
The Romulan one would appeal to me more than that one. But I think just go basic. Just go. Here's another ship in Starfleet. It's now 50 years past Nemesis. Just go.
Yeah.
Just create your characters on the bridge. Your core set of characters. Make them interesting, and then just tell mission story.
There you go.
Because that's really, I mean, you really break down Star Trek. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Make the crew interesting. Make people like them. Tell interesting encounters, interesting stories. Give them interesting dilemmas and puzzles to solve. Few battles here and there. Get a little action. Mix it up a little bit. Have a couple courtroom episodes. Have a couple bottle episodes. Try and stay off the fucking holodeck, for the love of God. In fact, don't even put a holodeck on the ship. Make it a thing that, like, holodeck addiction becomes so prevalent that they just stop putting them on starships.
Yeah. Kind of like the Defiant on DS9. It didn't have anything.
Yeah. Make that, or make it a civilian show that, like, you do like a Harry Mudd, but not Harry Mudd's character, but like, a trader or some sort in there that he's traveling base kind of dealing with it.
Yeah,
encounters Starfleet.
Yep.
Make it like a Han Solo, but in Star Trek.
Yeah, in those one novels that David Mack and I can't think of the other guy's name. They created a series. I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's Star Trek, and they have this smaller starship that's meant for like scouting and stuff. And they're at a starbase. It's Vanguard is the name of the series, and there's a smuggler that's an ongoing character and really, really cool. So
yeah,
kind of like Harry Mudd, but not silly like that. So
yeah, Shield Wall is saying, like, yeah, I agree that both the Romulan or Klingon ones would have to be serial stories. I don't think they could do those episodic. Yeah, that would be very difficult unless you set it on board a Romulan warbird. And then just have, like, a Romulan, but that'd be less interesting because they're more, their Romulans aren't very diverse. They're all Romulans. So the cast would be too similar. It would be less interesting.
There are black Romulans though. So,
but see, I would do those as that's true. I would do those as like a one-off, like a mini series, and not like an actual like TV show. So like, make it a one-off 8-episode run, or hell, even like a 4-episode run. Just something interesting that's a little different, and then that's it. Then that story's done. Make it almost like a mini, just some the old classic mini series that you used to see on TV.
Yeah,
on the network channels. That would be how you do that episode. But as far as you couldn't do episodic. If you did, I think if you did the trader story, that you could do episodic. Because that would, each story wouldn't necessarily depend on each other. You could have a couple, episodes where it's a part 1, part 2.
Yeah,
it'd be just random encounters and stuff, and the progression of the show is just the more you learn and about the characters and how much better the characters then become interactive. Very much like TNG.
Yeah,
it was episodic, but the characters grew each season. Yeah, it could be a revenge story. It could be like a secession, an issue with the secession of being the high chancellor. Any number of stories in the Klingon world could be interesting because they're an interesting race. You got it. Not Discovery though. Not the Kling orcs that have fires on the bridge and don't even seem like they could possibly even know how to travel in space. Like, because they're all just a bunch of like. Very like Neanderthal,
stupid.
They are, and people make fun of the makeup. The damage to the Klingons in Discovery isn't the makeup, although that's sucky too.
Yeah, it's the culture.
Fact that you, like their culture, you can't believe that they're a spacefaring race. I mean, I think Doomcock he's going through and he's watching he did a video on episode 1 of of Discovery because it's airing on CBS now, the CBS network channel. And he makes a very good point about that. It's like, it's the fact that they have torch-lit bridges and shit like that. And you're just like, how are these like how did these guys who are just like so ritualistic and very animalistic, like how did these guys like get the mathematical formula to build a warp field in order to travel at warp speed, much less a cloaking device or anything else? You can't. It doesn't fit. I mean, it was even the old Klingon versions in TNG when they really started exploring their culture with, Worf centric episodes. It was a tough sell for me to think like these guys ever got out of the Stone Age. But this one took it like to the 10th level, and it's unbelievable to me that they could possibly even, like, I don't even believe this race would even have flight on their own planet. Like, these people couldn't build an airplane, much less a spaceship that can cloak fire, disruptors fire, torpedoes, and do all these things. I don't buy it.
Yeah, it's if you criticize it and talk about it logically, you're just being negative and toxic and all that stuff.
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't
Just
you?
like that screenshot I showed you guys today in that one group.
Yeah.
No criticism is allowed.
Like, how dare you expect things to make sense? Like,
all Star Trek is good Star Trek.
Yeah, how dare that you expect cause and effect and look at something and go like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. And if you point that out, you're just, you're the asshole.
Ism, whatever it is.
Yeah, and you hear these people say like, they're giving you more of this franchise, whatever it is, and look how you're talking about it.
Yeah. What do you want
now you're not going to get any more. Well, that's like saying, look, they're feeding you. They're giving you a full plate of food. The problem is the food is
shit.
It's shit. Yeah.
Feeding you
it's a plate
shit.
full of shit.
Yeah.
It's tasteless and has no nutritional value. It's like
it's the opposite.
It's a plate of styrofoam food.
Yeah.
But I mean, going back to the Klingons, these are now the Klingon race it's canonized as to the keeper of time crystals, for fuck's sake. They got a whole base, this whole sanctuary that they keep time crystals in. So.
None of that is consistent at all. It's an alternate fan fiction universe.
Yep.
Yeah, in order to retain a love for the other shows, you have to kind of dismiss it as like it's something other. It doesn't count.
Well, even if we put aside all the logical arguments of it, let's say that's how they are, right? It isn't consistent with what we've seen from that era, yet they say it's part of the Prime universe. How anyone that swallows that pill is a cuck of the highest order, because you're getting screwed if you believe that shit, and you're screwing yourself by believing it, because they don't look anything like it. They don't act anything like it. So there's spore drives and
you're writing your own headcanon to justify it because you're so desperate to want to like
yeah
you're literally writing excuses in the show for them in order to like Star Wars fans are guilty of the same thing. You're like you're writing canon that doesn't exist to justify actions that don't make sense.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, 12-year-old Dungeon Master could write a better story. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, that's fucking great. That is great. Wow.
And it's so mindless. That's the other problem. The modern Star Trek is just so mindless. There's no... It doesn't make you think at all. Except for like all the different ways it breaks stuff. It doesn't... There's no episode you get done watching and you go like, oh man, I don't know if I would have done that. I don't know if I could have done that, or if they should have done that. Like, no episode after it's done makes you think.
It's like, hey, did you know that the chief engineer is gay? I mean, that's what they're going for.
Yes, and he's the gay chief engineer and his spouse, the gay chief medical officer. that gets killed but then comes back to life through the magic of spores.
Nice.
Spoil.
Oh no! What am I going to do? You ruined it.
Yeah. They use the mycelial network to like bring him back to life. Oh, okay. But then when he gets back, he's not quite himself. So then there's drama between them. It's not the same. They're basically, it's fucking Clytus and fucking, what's his name? And fucking Orville. That's their...
Mortis?
Yeah.
Clyden and Bortis.
Clyden, yeah. I always fuck up.
Jeez.
But it's worse. It's worse in Discovery. Because they're just like, oh, we're a couple, so let's brush our teeth together. We have a whole scene where they're brushing their teeth in the bathroom.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh,
if you would have told me 20 years ago that's what we'd have, then I wouldn't have believed it. Not for one second.
That's the representation that they're going for. And they have a couple big gay kisses too.
I agree, Apollo, because I'd love to hear what he has to say.
I think he's working tonight, right? Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm sure it would have a couple of F-bombs in it.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, you were talking about Star Trek, so he really would be like, I don't know.
Well, he watched the original. He knows a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. Rhino.
Yeah, but he doesn't remember any of it, I don't think. Remember he watched it with his dad?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Seems like everyone watched it with their dad. I did. Ryan did.
Yeah.
See,
yeah, my dad's. Go ahead.
That's the thing. Is like you want kids or younger people to get into Star Trek. You have to look back at how people our age now got into Star Trek.
Yeah,
particularly like the original series. We got into it because it was loved by somebody in our family who then introduced it to us.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't channel surf, come across an episode and be like, "Oh, we're hooked."
Yeah.
Generally, I mean, I'm sure there's some out there, but a lot of us have that story. Like for me, it was my grandma. She was like nobody in my immediate family was into Trek like I was. Like nobody. My mom a little bit, but like my dad couldn't care less about it or anything like that. For me, it was my grandma that introduced it to me. Mm-hmm. And then I started watching it like religiously, like reruns when it was on, local TV stations. That was my entryway into it. And most of us have that story. But if you give us new Trek that doesn't appeal to the current dads that would be my age now, and like if I had a kid, I wouldn't introduce him to fucking Discovery.
No.
Like there's no way on earth I would, if I had a child, that I would show him Lower Decks, Picard, or Discovery. I'd be like, Star Trek is awesome. We're watching the original series, and then we're going to watch the next, and we're going to watch the movies, and then we're going to watch Next Generation. And pretty much after that, Star Trek doesn't exist. I know DS9 fans get mad at me when I say it, but
but it's nothing. It's nothing like Discovery or
Oh no!
Or the JJ movies, and I won't even show anyone. Those are just. I hated them.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, like I'm not a fan of DS9 and not really a fan of Voyager, but they're like light years.
Yeah,
light years better than what we're currently getting from Star Trek. There's no question about that. If I had the choice, it'd be like, all right, they're like, no, I don't want to watch anything with the Enterprise. What should I watch next? I'd be like, okay, DS9 is probably your next choice, and then Voyager, and that's fine.
Right.
DS9 is different. It's not classic. Its format is different than the typical Trek was at that point. Mm-hmm. And you like it or you don't. But this new Trek, there's no way. Like, and I think a lot of people are like, the people that are getting introduced to Star Trek, they're not fucking watching Discovery. They're watching, they're showing their kids TOS and TNG, DS9 and Voyager.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right.
They're not showing.
Yep.
They're not showing kids. You can't show your kids fucking Discovery. They're like, literally, they're like, they have moments where it's like, fuck yeah. I mean, it's gratuitously violent. So like, it's not for really young kids. and they swear and that kind of stuff. That's typically not like I'm not a prude, but that's not you're not gonna show like a 6-year-old Star Trek Discovery. Just
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably they can watch TOS no problem. Even though TOS I think is rated 13 plus. I don't know why.
Huh?
I think when we watch it, it's rated 13 plus. It's like Amazon says it is. And I'm like for what? Scary aliens, I guess, maybe? I don't know. Like, I don't think it's anything.
Spooky aliens.
Yeah, I guess.
And if you show your kids TNG, just be sure to skip over if you like conspiracy. So,
Which one is conspiracy?
the
one with the
body snatchers. Yeah, the body snatchers.
That was a bad fucking episode. I hated that episode so bad. Like when Gramps kicks Riker's ass and like fucking the end scene where they phaser it and it's like so like the effect is so
I can't wait
shitty.
to see it. Yeah.
It's like the worst fucking stop motion shit you've ever seen in your life. It was like
and when the
bad.
bug crawls in that guy's mouth and you can totally tell it's still in his cheeks, he's like
yeah, that was
thanks Jeff for posting that.
Terrible episode.
Yeah.
I hated that episode. I mean, I watch it, like if I go through it, I won't skip it. I'll watch it, but I'll just fucking laugh. Well, you know what? As much as I love TNG, like there's some shit episodes, man.
Well, it's hard to believe that, how long have they been under that influence and are there any long lasting effects? And it's just like, it's forgotten about by the next episode. It's like
what happened, like all these, like you had to get rid of like 80% of the commanding structure,
your admiralty,
of Starfleet. Like, how does that work? That's not a story that fits well in episodic television. It just doesn't.
Right.
No, it was a bad all around episode. There really was almost nothing good about it other than it's laughably bad.
Yeah. Can't wait till we get to it so Jeff can see it and laugh along. And there's some other like sexual type stuff like the Naked People Planet in the first season. The one where
Wesley falls on a flower patch.
Yeah. God, there's like people literally
that episode
giving like rubbing tugs and seeing stuff.
That was a bizarre one.
Yeah.
What is the name of that episode?
Justice.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Like that one was laughably bad. Where they're like, let's all go for a jog, and then they show the scene where the landing party's like running around.
And Riker has this big ear-to-ear grin the entire time, and
and they're wearing outfits that would almost make like fucking Lilu in Fifth Element jealous. Like it was almost like that weird.
Yeah.
When she's first got like the orange strappy thing going for it, it was just, and they're all basically, it's like it's a fuck planet.
Yeah,
that's the whole planet. It's just like a fuck planet. They even are like, and they're basically, it makes, I think Tasha makes some comment like, they're eager for some love at like the drop of the hat. Like they're all just like,
she says
we're
that.
down for it.
Man, I love Tasha.
Yeah, she says drop of the hat. Awesome. What's that, Tasha?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a shame. Like she was frustrated because they were basically, she had to sit there and shoot very long days where she was literally just standing at the bridge, on the bridge doing nothing, and she got frustrated and thought that hey, this show is not going anywhere. I'm getting frustrated. I'm not getting anything to do. I'm bailing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate because I actually liked her character.
Yeah,
they gave her that background with the fact that she grew up on this almost dystopian world that was in chaos.
Mm-hmm.
They'd avoid gangs and all that stuff.
Rape gangs, yep. They literally used that term. Mm-hmm.
Yes, they did. I bet that episode was persistent.
Oh yeah, that was Legacy. Yep. You're cutting out on us.
You're cutting out bad, man.
Oh, sorry. I didn't like that episode very much. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. It felt like, It was bizarre, but I like that outfit her sister had on.
Yes. That was good stuff.
All right, so Jeff wants us to wrap it up. When we get talking about this shit, we could go for 4 hours.
I know. I would love to go longer. I know there's people watching. I just have a lot.
That's
of
what she
to do,
said.
Unfortunately, yes.
Twice.
Also, I want to also mention to join the Discord if you guys haven't. I need to make a Star Trek channel over there. By the way, I really
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. I'm in Discord now. I think I might just go ahead and add one in general. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that now. So you guys go over there and check it out. We could talk Star Trek too. So there we go. It's over there now.
Nice.
Yes. So Discord, of course, continues to grow like every week. Just
how many members do you have
like
now?
10:30 earlier. That is a good question.
Do you have to pay for your server or?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, you can boost it if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me and Greg talked about like what like what things you could do, and it's just there's no reason to do it. We both were like, there's no way, there's no reason, no reason at all. There's 60 people in the server.
Yeah.
People.
It's nice to have, but
yeah.
Gotcha.
It's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new meme on there, and the not safe for work memes. That's the first one I've seen in quite a while.
no.
It's pretty good though. It's pretty good. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, definitely guys, check it out. Definitely check out the Discord Shield Wall. Love to have you over there. Get these guys talking about Star Trek over there too. I think it'd be awesome to kind of have that conversation over there as well. So yeah.
And 48 hours from now, we'll be talking about Space Seed. So
I know. Yep. Yes. Now that I have my community tab, I need to start promoting it on the channel, on the community tab on the channel when we get ready to do it in times and stuff, because you can post like, we'll start using that as well. I always forget about like other things like Parler and other things, but Twitter, and to be honest, only a couple of other things ever really brings in people. So hopefully the community tab will remind people this is coming up instead of just Twitter, because
right.
Yeah. I don't know how many people check the community posts, but I think they get notifications when people do that stuff, don't they?
If they have them turned on,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll have to take a look at that and figure that out, because it's something I just got that today. So I'll have to figure out how to use it now. That's what I use that. But yeah, okay. Well, Tim, Greg, thanks for joining me again for another Star Trek watch party.
Thanks for hosting it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thanks again, Greg, for the trivia. That was awesome, even though I got my ass just destroyed.
Yeah, I won trivia tonight without even playing.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you absolutely did.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize I was making them that difficult. Well,
I tried to pay attention a little bit more in these episodes tonight. So if I have some time before the next watch party, I might kind of scroll through it a little bit and kind of take a look at some of the details and stuff. Because but I don't know if I'll have time to do that for the next one. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But
yeah, it's Tuesday night. So,
Tim, do you have anything coming up that you're working on?
Tomorrow, I guess I'm going to make Monday my tavern day.
Cool.
Because your cantina today is Tuesday, right?
Tuesday. Yeah.
That way, it's not on the same day. I already recorded that the other night. Then I guess I'm going to see what's going on this week and make some videos. So
yeah,
I always just wait until some kind of drama happens and drop something. So, but yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, there's a video on these foreign Han Solo books that are original fiction that may or may not be good. One of them just got translated to English, so I can't wait for it. They're in really nice, clean PDF formats. So that should be out soon from Star Wars Timeline.net, not .com. .net.com is a different guy. So yeah, I made a video on that and explained kind of the interesting and quite frankly convoluted history of it. So go check that out.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So yeah.
All right, I'll make a promise. I won't do any questions about the serial numbers of the senior staff.
Thanks. I was actually going to write them down, so you're good.
Because if I did, I would make it like all 4 answers the same, except for I'd like
change, like,
I'd transpose like 2 of the numbers, so they all would be like, oh my god, like they're all so close, I can't tell.
That's how you got people with the airport and airplane question on the 80s trivia. So
Yep.
People saw air and they just click and they're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I won't do the serial numbers.
Besides your lower decks review, Greg, you got anything else coming up this week?
Nothing planned other than obviously our streams, and I'll be working on putting together more trivia questions. That's going to be my primary project, I guess. Only 2 more episodes of Lower Decks to go, and then we're into Discovery season.
I really feel for you that you have to do that, but I understand. I mean, understandable.
They're like, I don't get angry when I'm watching them. Not really.
It's just
a lot of them. Honestly, they're boring. Lower Decks is just really boring.
It really was. I expected it to at least be energetic, but it's not.
I get nothing from I get no pleasure when they name drop stuff. Like, so the little Easter egg reference stuff. Like, I get nothing from it personally.
That's stupid.
Like, I don't know why that would excite me or why that should excite me. Like, if you did it every now and then, it'd be like, oh, that's interesting. But like the constant, it does nothing for me. So the episode's boring, and that's really the worst part about it. Is just sitting through it, ugh, what? Something happened. Please have a plot. Oh, that's above you guys' pay.
Maybe one day they'll have a plot. Probably not. No.
It's
just me member berries the whole episode with hey, look, jokes popped in there. Not even funny jokes, just stupid jokes, like Big Bang Theory type fucking jokes.
Yeah, very, very much.
It really is.
Discovery season 3, I'm actually looking forward to a little bit because I think they're going to try and do a 180 with Michael Burnham's character, and I think it's going to come off about as great as Batwoman.
Most likely, yeah, most likely.
So that could be it could turn from aggravating to just funny bad.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely go subscribe to these guys. They do some great content on their channels. Greg's Lower Deck reviews I love watching those every week.
Yeah,
fun to watch. So we also have Tuesday. We will see if I have a Battlefront stream or not. It will depend on if the internet situation is taken care of. If not, we will be doing our Star Trek watch party much earlier. So we'll see how that goes. But also, I have this video dropping tomorrow. It will talk about the 31 Days of Halloween, what the content is going to be on the channel. So keep an eye out for that.
Can't wait.
I'm thinking about doing a video about the Supergirl cancellation because I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. So I'm thinking about doing that one.
You got to get clips of the cringe moments from fucking the first couple from season 2 and 3. Especially.
That would take me forever.
Oh, but there's so many great examples of really stupid things.
The first one that comes to mind, of course, is the nummy ice cream thing.
Oh my god!
I'm like, because she's an adult and adults talk like that. Yes.
Yeah, baby talking Supergirl.
Yeah. But I watched Ryan's video today about it, and I had already thought about making a video on it because I meant to talk about it on the celebration stream and hey, we have another reason to celebrate tonight, and I forgot to do that. But because it really kind of got me to the point where I didn't even want to go back to the Arrowverse because I was already checked out of Flash a little bit. I didn't hate the first season of Supergirl. I didn't hate it at all. It was just not great, and it was a little cringy. But then season 2 was let's go full TDS, full left woke. Let's just go for it immediately. It was from the start of that season. I'm like, oh, here we go. This is what we're going to do then. And then I checked out, and yeah, the Arrowverse has not been the same since that happened. It just basically took every other show on the path, the same exact path. It's the Berlanti idiots. So yeah.
Yeah, that show is probably one of the most psychotically TDS shows I've ever seen.
It's awful. Yeah, pretty much, Kitty Bear. You're exactly right. Just put up a whole damn episode. Yeah, she's definitely the best part of the show. She's definitely nice to look at. And then we have Thursday night. We're going to have the Monster Squad watch party. And I'm looking forward to that. Probably around 9 o'clock, but I will be posting that on Twitter in the community tab. Everything will be starting to be in there as well. And Shield Wall, thanks for telling me that a lot of people that you checked out with all the other channels you subscribe to. So that's good to know that. So hopefully people will kind of, check that out. And we are really close to our watch hours right now, guys. Like really close. If you guys wouldn't mind, before you go to bed, just go to the channel and click play all button and let it just run overnight. I would appreciate that. I'm actually going right now on another browser with my other Gmail account. So yeah, but we're really, really, really close to the 4,000 watch hours, really close to monetization. So anything you guys can do to help out, we would appreciate it. And, but yeah, so it's going to be a very fun week starting October 1st, Thursday. It's going to be a lot of videos on the channel, so keep an eye out for that. So, and of course, the streams this week will be the Raging Geek Jedi show as well. And Saturday night, that'll be fun with more Star Wars trivia, which I'm really looking forward to. Really looking forward to that. You guys. Hey, Subhuman, how's it going, man? We just watched both episodes. We did some discussion afterwards, and we did 2 things of trivia for the last 2 episodes, and we are actually just ending the stream right now. But thanks for popping in and saying hi. Yeah, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Hope you're staying safe in your travels as well. Thank you guys for joining me again, and thanks to everybody in the chat and everybody watching. We appreciate y'all being here, and Shield Wall and everybody else who's been participating in the Megatron as well, being here and participating in the quiz. We appreciate that too. That was super fun. Super fun. So hopefully you guys will come back for the next one. We'll see you Tuesday night for the next Star Trek stream. So excited to see that. We'll as of that, we're going to go out on that, and I will see you guys next time. So you guys have a great night and enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you soon. Have a good night.